And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. And we're going to talk about something. Y'all have heard us talk about this many times, but today, y'all got to stick with us because we're going to give you 3 proven ways or hacks, whatever you want to call it, to lower your blood pressure
Mm,
and your cholesterol
mm,
naturally.
mm.
Yeah. So
This is a good one.
this is a good one. So keep in mind when you guys come back. Yeah. We got something for you.
Listen, you might want to listen to this and bring somebody else in if they have
Hey,
hypertension, high blood pressure, and or
hey.
high
It
cholesterol.
runs in our community.
Not in the family, in the
our
community.
Y'all know we got all this hypertension.
Yep.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Hey, brown beauties.
Welcome to Living Inflammation Free with me, Andretta Robinson, your functional nutrition health coach.
And I'm Akila Harvey.
We are your mother-daughter hosts, bringing 2 different generations together bi-weekly to give you easy, actionable steps to help rid your body of chronic inflammation. So, now, Kilo, how many times have we talked about hypertension?
Too many times.
And what goes with hypertension is cholesterol. I know so many people go to the doctor, and then when they get their cholesterol levels back after they do their blood work, they be shocked at how high their cholesterol is. Now, one of the biggest offenders and one of the biggest cause of high blood pressure and cholesterol is processed food. So, and we eat a lot.
You know why? You know
Why?
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 Because they have to put salt and other additives and binders and preservatives in processed food in order for it to, 1, taste good, to stabilize it, and to produce mass quantity of it. That's why processed food is not good for you. And that's also why processed food tastes good.
Yeah, and it's addictive too, by the
Yeah,
way.
so
They did you know that they have people at these food companies that do nothing but figure out what they can do to keep you addicted to their food?
And did you also know that the way in which they do that is by studying the brain? See, it's all about chemical balances, imbalances, and figuring out the brain. And so, we always talk about processed food as the enemy. I don't think we emphasize enough why it is the enemy and why it is hard to sometimes let go of if you've been eating processed food consistently for a very long time. And now in 2023, the year of our Lord, it is getting worse
Not the
and
year of our
worse
Lord.
because they have discovered the technology
Yeah.
behind all this stuff now and the way in which they have all this money backed by it. It's even harder to kick some of this processed food because it's not like the food of yesteryear of processed food
No.
when I was coming up. This
No.
is something totally, almost like cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So if you can incorporate and balance processed food, because asking somebody to quit processed food cold turkey, everybody can do it. But if you can incorporate more natural ingredients and start to steer away from it, you'll be better off for it.
When we start our community, we're going to have in our community ways in which you guys can kick this processed food habit.
Yeah. You
It's
can
gonna,
beat it.
It's going to be ways in that. I can't wait to get this community started. So I don't want to hype it up too
Put
much.
the bacon down.
But you guys, we're going to help you with this. We're going to be in there showing you real live ways to help you get rid of
all
some
that
of
chicken
these
sausage,
the habits that we
all
have
that
accumulated.
beef sausage.
You got to remember, this is our culture. This is years and years of culture that we're talking about. So, but it's killing us, you guys. It is killing us.
Yeah.
So anyway, but we're going to show you today 3 ways that you can use. These are proven, by the way,
to lower your blood pressure.
There is science out there for this.
And your cholesterol.
Okay. Now, keep in mind, when you do things naturally, it does not happen overnight.
Say it again.
It does not happen
One
overnight.
more time for the people in the back.
It is not an aspirin.
Please.
Okay, so you have to be consistent with this stuff for it to work. So I don't want you guys sending us no notes saying, I tried that, it didn't work. How long did you try it?
I've heard that so much from people, and it's like, well, how long did you give it a go?
A week.
And then
if that.
How about this? Blood pressure, y'all, it don't just rise overnight.
Nope.
It's a slow burn to where you have hypertension and high blood pressure.
Yeah.
So the same way that it took forever for it to get there, it's going to take a while for it to come down. So you have to also incorporate these things even if you are on high blood pressure medication. Now talk to your doctor about what's a contraindication with whatever kind of medicine you're on and what we're about to say.
Always.
But if there is no contraindication, then you need to go ahead and incorporate some of this stuff so that you can help help yourself with that blood pressure medication.
All right. Our number one proven hack is called Gooseberry. I know you ain't never heard of it because I had neither. Okay.
Gooseberry, Indian
Gooseberry.
gooseberry or
Indian.
amla?
Yes, it's called amla. You'll see it as,
It's an
and
amla fruit.
it's a fruit.
Mm-hmm.
It grows on small to medium sized trees. And you only need, and they take it and they put it in powder form, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you only need a half a teaspoon of this powder a day.
Listen,
A day, a half a teaspoon.
I got a couple things to say real quick.
Yes.
One, amla powder can make things thick, which is why you don't need a lot of it.
Right.
Number one. But also, I just want to deviate for a quick second. Did you know that you can use amla fruit, the powder, and it could be a good hair conditioner mask and help your hair grow and strengthen your hair follicles?
No.
Absolutely.
Who told you that, girl?
The women in India are living proof. They use amla like oil and the powder, and it helps to grow your hair and strengthen your hair follicles.
I can believe that because
it's great for your hair.
Wow. Because I know they use it in jams and pickles and desserts
Whether
and
you
stuff
actually
like that.
put it on your hair or put it in your smoothie, you're going to get a double whammy with a lower blood pressure and better hair.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So how does gooseberry work? It lowers it by actually, it relaxes those blood vessels, okay, making them contract properly. And this is important because the blood vessels are stiff and they can be constricted. And when they get stiff and constricted, it leads to high blood pressure. So what amla does or gooseberry does is it actually relaxes your blood vessels. I mean, can you get any better than that? Okay. So most people found that they took that gooseberry supplement, and you could get it in a pill. I've seen it in capsule if you want to take it in a capsule form. I personally, in the mornings, what I do with mine now is I get I start my day with warm lemon water. And I just took a half a teaspoon because mine is it's so fine. I just stir it up into my warm water with lemonade. And I don't taste it because the lemons kill the taste. It don't taste bitter to me, but it is definitely great for reducing chronic inflammation.
And it doesn't have a taste.
No.
So don't get caught up in it's a fruit, but it's a different type of fruit than what we're normally used to. And in the powder form, it definitely does not have a taste. Maybe a little of a nutty taste, just a little bit, but not even really that.
And the studies say that you have to use it for 12 weeks to significantly reduce both your systolic and your diastolic blood pressure. So 12 weeks, you guys, so don't be calling us after a week tomorrow. Ain't nothing happening, okay? All right. Also, we're going to include a link, the one that I use. I get mine from Amazon, and it's organic. Always look for organic, by the way, because since it's a fruit and it's hanging on the tree, it could pick up all of the pesticides and stuff. All right. So, and it's important to note that while gooseberry has the potential for lowering your blood pressure, you always talk to your doctor, about, trying a new supplement, even though I know half of them are going to tell you don't try it or they don't know themselves. But, we got to say that. Okay. All right. Number 2. You would never guess what number 2 is. I was so taken aback when I found this one out. I said, are you kidding me? Because I used to eat these like crazy.
You did. You did. When I was little, you used to eat these. You used to go and buy them
and crack them
in the baggie. The way, you did.
You guys, it's Brazil nuts. Eat Brazil nuts, and guess how many you got to eat to make it effective, Keila? Just 4 for a whole month. You can have one Brazil nut. I'm telling you, 4 Brazil nuts a month can help lower your blood pressure. So I said, how in the world does Brazil nuts do that? Well, it turns out they contain magnesium. We've been talking about that. Potassium and selenium, all of which may contribute to blood pressure control.
So magnesium helps relax the blood vessels and improve your blood flow.
There's that magnesium again.
Yep. And potassium can counteract the effects of sodium on your blood pressure.
That's right.
And then selenium has been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties that can help protect against the dysfunction of your blood vessels and anything like that that's associated with high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease. So it's good.
So like I said, one study found that eating just 3 to 4 Brazil nuts per day for 8 weeks significantly reduce the systolic blood pressure in people with high blood
I
pressure.
like Brazil nuts. To me,
Yeah,
they don't have like a crazy taste. Like it's
they're
just
nutty.
yeah,
I mean, they are hard and but they are, I mean,
they're
and
not bad.
yeah, they're not bad at all. Some people that
Actually, they
can't
don't taste like much of
some
anything.
people can't tolerate the taste. And for those of
Really?
you who can't tolerate the
Hmm.
taste, throw it in your smoothie. Anytime you can't tolerate a taste of something, throw it
Mm-hmm.
in your smoothie.
Yeah.
The smoothie will hide it, but it's doing what it's
I don't
supposed to
think they
do.
make a Brazil nut powder,
I
y'all.
don't think they
So
do either, but you can always crush it up and throw it in there. But you know, you got because Brazil nuts are also, it's important to note though, they high in calories and fat. So
so
you got to eat them in moderation.
on the adverse, if you eat too many Brazil nuts, it can lead to weight gain, which can then increase your risk of high blood pressure and other health problems. So moderation is key.
Oh my God, I'm glad they had to tell me that 'cause, you know, I get me a whole bag of Brazil nuts and I
One
used
thing
to.
Andretta gonna do, we talked about this last episode where I know that I can do a bit too much. I feel like I inherited that because one thing Andretta will
If I
do,
like
if
something,
she likes something, she
I'm gonna
gonna run
overdo
it
it.
to
I'm
the ground. I
overdo
do
it
the same
until
thing.
I can't stand it. Then I can't stand it.
I do the same thing. It's actually insane.
All right, so we got Brazil nuts down, we got our gooseberry down, and the very last third one is
Eat more plants
it's that simple.
and eat less meat.
It's that simple.
Yeah. Let's just stop sugarcoating this thing. Meat
It's
is
loaded with
loaded
cholesterol.
with
Did you know
cholesterol.
there's no cholesterol in plants?
Yeah. There's no a lot of
So
things in
you don't have to
plants.
worry about it if you eat more plants, but if you eat a lot of meat, you're gonna get high
And I'm gonna
cholesterol.
tell you something. A way in which you can start to lower your consumption of processed food is to swap out what you would normally do with a processed food with a plant-based alternative. What I mean by that is this. Breakfast is a prime example. Instead of reaching for the bacon, the chicken sausage, whatever, um, have a smoothie.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And then if you like, oh, that's not gonna be too much. I want more. I want something savory. You can actually make savory smoothies, or you could have a smoothie and have a pancake at the same time.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know, you don't have to just cut out every single thing, but one thing you can cut out is that bacon or that meat and just have a smoothie.
yeah, you got to eat more plants. And we talk about this all the time too, how you need to throw some greens over in that smoothie. I've told episode after episode, y'all, I know y'all probably tired of hearing me say it. Throw your greens over into your smoothie. You know, what smoothies and will save you every time because
They
it's
sure do.
and I mean, and if you don't have a high powered blender, just get you that NutriBullet. That NutriBullet is pretty powerful, especially
Yeah, any
that
kind
not
of
that 900 series of NutriBullet. It almost man.
it's no way. There's no excuse not to get a good blender. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's too many of them out there on the market. And again, if you're saying to yourself, I don't know where to start with that, breakfast is a great starting point because I'm not trying to tell you to have a smoothie for dinner because that's going to be impossible for a lot of people. But one thing about it, a smoothie can give you the nutrients, it can fill you up, and it's better for you as a breakfast option than processed bacon and or
And
sausage.
then look at your plates. You know, lunchtime, dinner time. If you ain't got nothing green on there, please
Get something green.
find something green to put on there. Okay, because it's so easy to fall into that trap. You,
But again, the smoothie part is if you just put, even if you get a green powder, let's say your smoothie doesn't have enough green in it. And you're like,
yeah,
I don't really like this. Nah, nah, nah." If you get yourself a green powder, they sell a million of them out here.
yeah, they do.
Research it and get you one. And you put one of those in your smoothies, that is your green consumption for the day. So if the rest of your meals, your lunch and your dinner are all beige and
Yeah.
all the rest of these other colors beside green, you got your greens for the day in the morning time. It's all about finding that balance and kind of weighing out the scales of where you put things into your daily routine so that you're not just not having it, you're just having it in other areas. Breakfast, I cannot stress enough.
At least you got it out the way if you're
You
doing
got
a
it out the
breakfast.
way.
Yeah. So that's what you need to do. Those three things are very simple to incorporate. Again, we'll have the link where you can buy amla powder. You know, you can get Brazil nuts almost. I always buy organic everything. Now, Brazil nuts, you don't really have to buy organic because they come in
They
a
have a
hard
hard shell.
shell.
Yeah.
And then with your plants, just remember the darker the green, the better. The darker the berry is better. So eat more plants and you will find your cholesterol going down, your blood pressure will go down. Next time you go to your doctor, you'll get a good report, and we'll stop dying from all
Consistency.
these disease related things like strokes and all the stuff that goes with having high blood
Consistency
pressure.
is key, y'all.
Yeah.
Consistency is key.
Yeah. So anyway, that's enough. We're going to stop preaching at you. And we want you guys to stay tuned. You know, we'll be back in a couple of weeks with another episode of Living Inflammation Free. We enjoy these.
You can find us everywhere. Brown Women Wellness, Instagram, Facebook. Like we said a little bit earlier, we do have a community that is coming up that we are curating for our Brown Women Wellness community. So that we can have a safe space to talk our ish and to share our stories and to, get us all on the same wavelength as far as the longevity of life.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
We love you guys.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Living Inflammation Free, sponsored by Brown Women Wellness. If you want to know more about us and our podcast, check us out over on our website at brownwomenwellness.com or livinginflammationfree.com. Join our Facebook group at Living Inflammation Free, and coming soon, our Brown Women Wellness community group. And remember, we are not doctors, and any information shared by us is not medical advice. Please always follow your doctor's advice.
And don't forget to rate and review our podcast and let us know what you loved about this week's episode. And please subscribe to wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Don't forget to find us across all social platforms at Brown Women Wellness or at Living Inflammation Free. As always, show notes with links to what we talked about today in this week's episode will be in the description box. Talk soon, babes.